Welcome to my review of the Swoondle Society. If you're like me and we're interested in another way to upgrade or refresh your child's wardrobe, the Swoondle Society is an excellent choice. So just an overview of the membership. It's $15 per month, which is, as we'll see from the future, it's not too bad of a value. It covers shipping of your items for trade to the Swoondle Society. They give you 5 free trades a month, and then when you place an order, that will be shipped back to you free. If you want to select more than 5 items, then each trade will cost $4. So this has a perceived value of $40 compared to the non-member fees. So if you paid for the bag, each trade, and shipping to yourself. All right, so looking at what I sent to them I filled the entire bag. So I'm taking my daughter's clothes to upgrade for my son's clothing that's on the way. These items were valued at different trade levels. 2 items were grouped into a level 3. There are 6 items that were grouped into level 2. There were 14 items grouped into level 2. 10 other items classified as level 1, mostly because of these grab bags that you can see here, the grab bags. And I can explain a little bit more about the grab bags in a minute. Right. They also have where if your items don't meet their quality, they'll recycle them for you or donate. So 3 items that I sent were sent for recycling, so a swim rash guard and 2 pairs of shoes. The shoes actually looked fine to me, especially this kind of bronzy pair. So for future swaps, I probably will not send any shoes unless they have been unworn. And I'm going to assume that since there was no bottom to match this rash guard, that is why it was marked for recycling. It was a Carter's rash guard. So the grab bags are, like Carter's or Wonder Nation or some other like lower end value brands of items that they will end up actually grouping into their own grab bags. So you can purchase, a set of 5 onesies. You don't get to pick what they are, but you just get 5 random onesies that come to you, or maybe some dresses that aren't ideal, or are that lower level brand where, for them to turn it around and match their business profile, it didn't classify as like a level 2 or higher. Right, but I think for what I sent of the full bag, I really got a large amount of trades. So once you've been given your trade numbers, it's time for you to go in and pick your items. So you go in, and this is the home page up here. You can hit shop and you come up with a page that has all the items. You can heart the ones that are your favorite so you know to come back to them, and there's a very nice wish list feature so that you can go through all the size, gendered clothing that you're interested in, pick them out, and before you finalize it into your cart. So then I picked out 9 items. So I had my 5 free trades, and then I paid for 4 extra trades. And so it came back in the same bag that I used to ship things in. Some items were packaged in a bag. Other items were loose and just had like a sticker on them so that they make sure they send you the right item, and tied together to keep it nice and neat. So that is one nice thing, that they send you a bag back with your order, so you can, if you have more items that you've gathered in the meantime, you can just start throwing them in the bag for your next swap. So this is a flat lay of the items that I selected. So I picked out the 2 level 3 items, so a nice Under Armour sweatshirt and some Hannah Anderson pajamas. The rest of the items over here are level 2, so there's like Zutano, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Disney themed items, and then they sent kind of a recycled onesie, or upcycled onesie they called it, as a free bonus gift. So that was nice. And then this is an example of a grab bag that was in level 1, because I have a lot of trades in level 1, but there weren't a whole lot of items of interest there. And so there's definitely a large range of size for the onesies, where I'd say this one here is probably closer to newborn, and then this one is, even though it's 0 to 3 months, this is probably closer to 6 months in size. I probably, like, onesies are not in short supply around my house, so most likely will not select another grab bag of onesies, or I would expect any of these grab bags to be more like play clothes, that, you know, the extras you send to daycare. Those are the items that you could probably expect from a grab bag. All right, so to compare what I purchased from the Swoondle Society with swapping to my most recent consignment sale. So I went to one of the national branded consignment sales, and you know, on a free admission day, because there wasn't anything that was super pressing that we need. I'm prepping for June, so it's March. We got a couple months until Babe arrives, and this sale is on the smaller side. I say it's like a fire hall versus a gymnasium, and I attended on the 50% off day. So the items you see pictured here, I spent $9, and these items were marked down to 50% off, or it was a good bundle for a nice price that wasn't marked off. But so we got a nice Captain Hook Disney costume, some onesies, a t-shirt, and how the sellers had this bundled, it would have been 4 trades on Swoondle. So it's not an even comparison, because I spent 9 trades to get my Swoondle order, and I only technically would have spent 4 at the consignment sale. And so this consignment sale was actually a little bit disappointing because of how few items I found. But I would say that they're comparable, especially if you have clothing that you don't want to go through the tagging for a consignment sale. Swoondle is definitely much easier and much faster, because I'm swapping out clothes that, you know, as my daughter's outgrowing them, throwing them in the bag. Being in that 2nd to 3rd trimester, I really don't have a lot of energy to be tagging and then dragging the pins to the consignment sale, putting everything out, and then going back in a couple days to pick up anything that didn't sell. I definitely prefer the brands that were available in the level, 2 and 3 range, and it seemed like it was higher quality items for less money. At the consignment sale that I just went to, I didn't see any of those higher brands or any items like what I purchased from Swoondle available at the sale. And because I maxed out the bag, I actually have a lot of trades, so I don't need to send any more items next month. I can just pick out some more things if that's what I want. So some cons that I've found so far with Swoondle, there's no pause option. So, if you are like, well, I just need a couple things, so I'll send in a bag and I'll send in a large bag and I'll rack up some trades and then I'll pause until I need something else. There's no pause option. And then if you cancel, I'm not sure what happens to your existing trade values if they just end up getting donated to someone else to use, because they do have some very nice choices where you can go and donate your trades that you know you're not going to use to different organizations. And then there are some limited options at some of the different size trade levels. So that's a little frustrating, where the level 1 items, I feel they're not so the quality I may be interested in, but then what is at a level 3 or 4, the jump in price from, okay, I have a free trade, but to go from like $12 to $26, it's like, okay, that item's not really worth $14 to me. So it can be a little limiting, and you need to keep checking back because they get new items in all the time. If you're interested to try this yourself, I have my referral code here, just listed, and then we would each end up getting $15 when you use this code to sign up. So happy to answer any questions.